Well, Adrian, Castleford Tigers on a Friday night. Dare I say, another potential banana skin.
Yeah, we were only up there a month or so ago, so we know how difficult it is. The trip up there, it was a tight game that day as well. So we found a way to win that night, and we need to do the same this week again. So obviously we're in the sixth now, so it's been an incredible journey this year to get to where we are, and we don't want to give that up straight away. So it's a really important performance and week for us.
I mean, last time you played Castleford, they were improving. They've continued improving. What do you make of the Castleford side and the key players?
Well, that's it in a nutshell, really. Their performances have been very consistent over the last 2 or 3 months of rugby. You can see that they're connected as a group, and they're also that little bit more difficult to beat at home. They've got a good, strong squad there, and we've just got to make sure that we take care of ourselves in that 80 minutes. So, they're in a position where they've got nothing to lose, I guess, but they're playing as a group. You can see they're giving their absolute all.
So you look at Castleford then as a side. You went to London. You struggled a bit initially. Is there a potential for Castleford to be the same sort of game, or are your players going to view Castleford as something much more problematic?
No, what we've just got to make sure we have the right attitude, Trev. It's these away games. It doesn't matter whether it's anyone in Super League. It doesn't matter who it is. If you go there and you're not quite connected, the attitude's not quite right, then the errors come into your game, and then all of a sudden it becomes an arm wrestle for 80 minutes, like we found against London a couple of weeks ago. So we understand what we need to do. There's going to be no excuses for our performance, and in fact, I'm challenging the team to go there and play our best rugby of the year. So they're going to play their best rugby. They've got some great players in their squad still that can hurt you at any time, and they're all that little bit better at home as well. So they'll have a crowd there. They're coming off a really strong win up at Hull. So, they're going to back themselves heavily.
So how are you after the Warrington game? It must have been emotionally and physically such a challenging contest for all of your players.
Yeah, it was. I think both teams were very physical. The game was a physical 80-minute tough performance, and it's got to be like that when you play the top four teams. It changes hardly anything as in the physicality and the toughness of it. So, but I thought we were at a point where we needed that too. So the challenge was there. It was a home game for us. We needed to keep winning to stay in contention for the six, and we got a really physical, tough game that we expected, and I was really proud of the way that we hung in there.
So have your lads come through it okay? And
Yeah.
Matty Moylan obviously went in with a little bit of a suspicion. Has he come through okay, and how is he?
Yeah, very pleased with that. Yeah, he's come through with flying colours. So Matty was very influential in the win. Could have probably been a hand and been a little bit more slick with a couple of opportunities where we could have scored more tries. So that'll be, his challenge moving forward. How do we ice off those opportunities that we created? A couple of other players have got niggly injuries, but there's not too much to worry about. I think this week will be the first week this season where everyone is in contention for selection.
So how do you cope with the selection dilemmas?
I can't. It's driving me insane. I've had to, obviously, the 21 this week will probably be our strongest 21 that we've had of the year, and everyone's available to play. So I'm really excited about that. But again, the minute that you think you're in a better place, it comes back to bite you on the backside. So the key is for us is to just have a great attitude, keep our standards high, go there with have clarity on how we want to play and what we see the outcome as, and make sure that the outcome is we're in control of that. So it's an 80-minute performance. It's about the process. I think we've been reasonably good with that. This is a banana skin. We're aware of that. So again, it'll be a tough night.
And you're in the top six now, but you've got Leeds taking on Hull FC, and you've got Catalans meeting Salford.
Yep.
It's all that you can't afford to slip up, can you, Adrian?
No, it's not. I think everyone's got at least 2 or 3 hard games out of the last 3, and we've got Hull, KR, and Saints. So it doesn't get any easier for us, and that's why it's about just staying in the moment, being present for us. It's day to day. You can't look too far forward. Obviously. We've got a strong team this week, but we've got to make sure that we play to our strengths.
Cheers, Adrian. I'll see you Friday.
Thanks, Trev.
Thanks.
Thank you, mate. See you then.
Hi, Lammy.
Trev?
Just a couple of quick ones, really. I was just
Yep.
wondering how key is discipline going to be, given what's happened in the last few weeks. Obviously, Paul Vaughan last weekend, Fenton Rodgers for
Yep.
Huddersfield, and Tommy Makinson. So you're
Yep.
going to get hit with big bans, aren't you, if discipline
Yeah,
falls
we've
below.
addressed that as a club, Trev. You know, we got John Asiata suspended the week before as well that we fought and weren't successful at. So we understand how tight things are, and we've addressed it as a group and had a look at clips to make sure that we all understand what it's about. You know, it's not going to change. It's been like that all season. So discipline is a major part of our daily preparation.
How easy is it, or tough has it been for the players to adapt to these new rules and guidelines?
I think at the start of the season it was a lot more difficult than what it is now, and you adjust, don't you? But I will give credit to the RFL as well. I think that we have backed off slightly on suspensions and the length of suspensions that we had at the start of the season. That's certainly headed in the right direction. I think more conversations need to be had post season and to make sure that we keep developing and growing the game in the right direction that we feel it's best for the game, not only for the welfare of players but also for the entertainment side of things as well.
Do you think you're in a better place going towards the end of the season now than you were 12 months ago,
Yeah,
having won the Challenge Cup?
absolutely, completely different. The complete reversal, Trev. To be honest with you, I think the way that we finished last year was the way that we started this year. It feels like a season that's been turned upside down and back to front. So we're not guaranteed anything at this point, but we're really proud of how hard we've worked to get back to where we are currently as we sit. But that hard work's been, again, just a commitment from the group. We've got 3 games to go. There's no guarantee that you lose one, you might be out. You lose all 3, we might be fourth. I mean that's the scenario, and mathematically at the moment anything can happen. So again, we just got to make sure we stay present. I think we're in a bit of form as a club, as a team. There's a lot of confidence coming back into the group. But again, when you have that, you've got to play like you've got it, and make sure that you have respect for everything involved. Your opposition, travel away. It's meant to be great weather over the weekend, so everything will suit this weekend. We've just got to make sure that we give respect to the whole process.